This battery is from the Mesozoic era. It was crafted possibly by a Brachiosaurus. I've done this a couple of times, but evidently not enough to get good at it. A sharper soldering iron would really do wonders for me. This thing also takes like 2 minutes to heat up. Very shoddy work, but the cartridge does keep us safe now. And looking at the cart, you'd have no clue of the mess that resides within. Last time I played green, so it felt like I had to go with red this time. And if I'm playing Pocket Monsters red, it would feel just wrong to pick Bulbasaur or Squirtle. I don't even particularly feel like going with Charmander, but again, anything else would be sacrilegious. There's a couple of ideas I have for Pokemon that I'd like to use, but I don't have the full party figured out yet, so there is some room for improvisation as I go. It has been 16 days since I entered Viridian Forest. The Pikachu appeared on my second encounter here. Weedle, Kakuna, Metapod, they were all simple. The Caterpie, that's the problem. It has a 5% encounter rate. So does Pikachu and Metapod, but and I think Kakuna as well. But I don't know. Well, look who decided to show up. What if I just hit it with a little quick attack? What do you reckon would happen? I imagine it would leave naught but a goddamn stain on the grass below. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be good. I'm gonna throw a little Pokeball because I need it for my Pokedex. That's fine. I got 3 more. If it doesn't want to stay in any of those, then the quick attack might be back on the table. Then that option might appear again. But no, it decided to give up. Good, good. My party is getting full. All the bugs are on their way to the box, but the rat, I've grown fond of it. I think I'll keep it. It's no longer just a party member, it's family. It's amazing that I can buy a Magikarp. The joke obviously is that the fisherman here tells you that it's a rare Pokemon, when in fact it's very common. But I just like that you can purchase this Pokemon. It really gives this feeling of, for this fisherman, the value of this Magikarp is 500. But for me, it's invaluable. It's a member of my team. It evolves into a Gyarados, after some work, obviously. And this whole thing also makes me think of the fishermen in Pokemon and how this is probably how they make their living. They catch Pokemon by fishing and then they sell them to the trainers. The concept art for these games has a lot of stuff like this in them. Early on in development, this idea of selling Pokemon seemed a lot more common. That obviously shifted a little bit. Pokemon are treated a bit more like your partners and less like these feral animals. But there's still a good amount of that in this game, and I like whenever that kind of shows through. It paints a picture of a very interesting Pokemon world, and I like it a lot. I'll be taking this Magikarp along for my journey through Kanto, and all it cost me is 500. I think this is a great deal. I'm switching to the Pocket for more pocketability. I'm going on a bit of a journey. Playing the Game Boy Pocket on a train, it feels like this is what the device was always designed to do. This is the true essence of the Game Boy Pocket. Right now I'm going through the Nugget Bridge. There's a lot of trainers before I reach Bill. So I'm getting a lot of levels. Rattata learned Hyper Fang some time ago. Things have really changed. It's a 80 power stab move. Nothing can take a Hyper Fang. Rattata has become a monster, and now it's evolving as well. It's truly something. People say that Raticate is not that good because it'll get worse off in the late game. But I don't know. I mean, its performance right now is looking a little too strong for me to believe any such statements. Misty does not have a single counter to Raticate. There is nothing Raticate proof on that team. And yes, I did drink a second monster that day. It's a different flavor, so it's okay. I went through Diglett Cave back to Route 2 to get the HM for Flash, because it's going to be very useful for the rock tunnel. Going through it without Flash and without a guide, I've done it in the past. I would not recommend it. Rock tunnel has always felt like a marker for the middle point of the game. From here on out, there's going to be a lot more options. The gyms can be challenged in many different orders. There's some real wacky stuff you can do with that. There's a lot of new Pokemon to get immediately. When you get out of Rock Tunnel, there's just so many routes that you have access to now. A lot of your Pokemon around this point in the game will start evolving into their final stages. Very exciting point in the game, I think. Since the game is changing so much at this point, I decided to also switch up the console that I'm playing on, this time to the Super Famicom with the Super Game Boy accessory. The border is really cute, I like it. The main bottleneck for your freedom are the Snorlax. And once that's done, Fuchsia City is on the table. Over here, the main attraction is of course the Safari Zone. It's a very cruel and unjust place. Completing the Pokédex, this was probably what I was most worried about. There's a lot of Pokemon to catch here, and they're not easy to catch at all. Just getting them to show up, getting the Chansey to show up. You throw the ball at the Chansey and it doesn't even bother going in the ball. It's very evil, this place. But after 4 hours I got all of the Pokemon in the Safari Zone. After having my CRT beam pure unfiltered RNG into my brain for 4 hours, even after that I have to say that I really like this place. You don't bring your Pokemon here, you don't bring your Pokeballs. It's sort of a mini game within the game. It functions as a sudden huge upgrade to the amount of Pokemon that you have access to. I find myself in nearly every playthrough picking up something from here, just because the Pokemon here are so good. There's so many good ones. Also, the Safari Zone fits really well into the whole theme of Kanto, with the industrialization and the removal of nature. In the early game, we have a lot more things like the Viridian Forest and caves like Mount Moon and Rock Tunnel. In the later half, there's Celadon, Saffron, and now the Safari Zone, which is a literal zoo. It's a constructed artificial nature. The Safari Zone is really cool. After getting out of there, I realized I haven't done any of the gyms, because there's no need to. You don't need to do them until you want to go to Cinnabar. Rhyhorn, why is your back sprite so vertical? What's going on? Sabrina is definitely the hardest gym in the game. Psychic types are very strong, but Raticate is even stronger. Raticate took on the gym all by itself, no help needed, and it was not much of a battle. I think it more so resembled a slaughter. This Pokemon is extremely powerful. I've been catching every new Pokemon that I come across, and that's been going great, but there are some Pokemon that I can't catch in Pokemon Red alone, so for that I have Pokemon Green, a Game Boy Color, and a link cable. Yeah, I would use the DMG for authenticity. This cable right here, this does not work with the DMG. For this you need to use either one of these. I don't have a save going in Green at the moment, so I also need to replace the battery, and then I need to create a save, get Bulbasaur, trade Bulbasaur to Red, create a new save, get Squirtle, trade Squirtle, play through the game all the way to Cinnabar Island, where I can get a Magmar. I'm gonna get started on setting up Green. So I traded over the Bulbasaur, and there's the Squirtle. With this I can now start playing through green. And then I also got the Gengar. How nice. How cool. To celebrate this Gengar, I'm gonna finally teach it Thunderbolt. I didn't want to do it for the longest time because I wasn't sure if the final member of the party would end up being something that wants to have Thunderbolt. But then, you know, I ended up picking up Hitmonlee. So I don't think Hitmonlee is gonna be using Thunderbolt too much. Yeah, I imagine it'll be quite good. So far with just Psychic, it's been amazing. So with Thunderbolt as well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to Cinnabar, that was the plan, but then I decided to look up if there's anything in this grass that I need for the Pokédex, and apparently there's a Tangela here. I never knew that Tangela was below Pallet Town. I already found one earlier. It got a little unlucky. I switched to Gyarados. Gyarados decided to hit what I assume is a high roll critical hit. I mean, it was a crit, but I think it might have been also like a very high roll. Now I've been here for around 15 minutes just looking for this Tangela. It is what it is. I'm also getting levels for Hitmonlee while I'm at it, which is pretty good, I guess. It's almost caught up with the rest of the team. I don't have my full team. Right now I'm missing Raticate because I have this Fearow for flying. Looking at my team right now, I'm fairly happy with it. Everyone is around the same level. We got 37, 38, 37, 38, 37, and then Raticate is 39. Rhyhorn still needs to evolve. That's going to be happening at 42, I believe. Gyarados is very strong. I think I'm going to give it Blizzard once I get it. I think it's on Cinnabar Island. Hitmonlee has been surprising. I was expecting Hitmonlee to be really bad. I just picked it up because I needed a 6th team member, and I just looked at Hitmonlee and I was like, that's a weird little fella right there. That's a weird individual. I like it. But it's actually been very good. I sort of underestimated the value of just having a high attack stat. This thing deals surprising amounts of damage with just double kick already. Yeah, the bad part is that is its moveset. I gave it strength, but that's it. It has strength, double kick, and then later on it's gonna get high jump kick. That's the moveset. Gengar, I thought it Thunderbolt, like I said I would, and I haven't had the chance to really try it out in battle yet. Raticate is not in the party currently, but you saw what Raticate did in Sabrina's gym. You know what that thing is capable of. And then we have Charizard. I don't know what's gonna happen with Charizard. I hope that it's going to learn Flamethrower sometime soon. I haven't looked it up, so I don't actually know when it's gonna do that. It's not great. Its best move is Slash, which is, I mean, it's a pretty good move. I really hope that I can find this Tangela soon. I would like to go to Cinnabar today. There's approximately 317 trainers on the route here, leading to Cinnabar. Tangela, please show yourself. I'm begging you. Please. There it is. Finally decided to show up, huh? Just Bubble Beam again. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that a crit will... It hit a crit! It hit a crit! Gyarados! What are you doing? What are you doing? This Gyarados is actually... I have been nothing but nice to you. Maybe it's just too eager. Maybe it doesn't quite understand that we're trying to capture this Tangela. And it's a little eager to, you know, show off its immense power. This is gonna be Gengar's debut. See the back sprite. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. This thing is menacing. We're gonna use Hypnosis on it. Now it's asleep. And it has like 1 HP max. Okay, maybe like 3, but you get the point. Come on now. Thank you. Thank you. It's so unbelievably cool. Rhydon is so incredibly cool. I'm a very big fan of Rhydon. I'm a very big fan of this sprite. I went through the Victory Road and caught the Moltres there. It felt kind of wrong to leave Moltres alone in the box. I think it could really use its friends there. So I went and caught Zapdos and Articuno. And that's cool and all. But the most fascinating thing for me here had to be the seal. After catching it, it gives you the Pokédex entry for it. I oftentimes read through these, I oftentimes, look at them, but I rarely pay attention to the weight. Now this time I did pay attention to it, and what the hell, seal weighs 90 kilograms. You may be thinking that seals, they store a lot of fat, so it makes sense they have those big tusks and the horn and stuff like that. Maybe I could see seal being 90 kilograms, but the shocking thing to me is contrasting this with Kangaskhan. Back during the Safari Zone, I caught a Kangaskhan. I looked at the Pokédex entry. Kangaskhan weighs 80 kilograms. It's 2.2 meters tall. I'm not sure if the baby is counted in this weight. I mean, the baby alone would have to be like a couple kilos, probably like 5 or something at the very least. How is it 80? How does a seal weigh more than a Kangaskhan? I mean, look at them. The Kangaskhan is like physically larger, no doubt about that. And it's not exactly lanky. And it seems to have armor plating on certain parts of its body. This thing really threw me off for a while. I spent a lot of time pondering over whatever could be happening here, and I don't know. Very odd, very peculiar. I feel like this is the perfect test of Hitmonlee. Not only high jump kick, but Hitmonlee as a Pokemon. Because as we've established, high jump kick is the only thing that Hitmonlee does. Okay, I mean, it does have high defense. I was hoping for like a little bit more than that, but it's still a 2-shot. This Onix will never see it coming. It one-shots. Of course it one-shots. Onix is like a special stat of maybe 5 on a good day. I'm actually really excited for Agatha, because this is going to be the moment for Rhydon. We're gonna give the Eradicate Ice Beam a proper go here. Obviously the Onix was gonna fall before it, no doubt about that, but these things might be a little tougher. Oh shit, they start with Gyarados. I forgot about that. Okay, well this is another test. Eradicate versus Gyarados. They're using Leer, it didn't work. Eradicate is immune to Intimidation. They're using Hydro Pump. It didn't work because they miss, because Eradicate is immune to Hydro Pump. They use a Hyper Potion. That's fair. That's fair. Covered. Another Body Slam comes out. We get the Para. Okay, they hit the Hydro Pump. That could be a slight problem. That might... 1 HP! 1 HP! Let's go, Eradicate. Let's go. And a crit. Come on. You ruined it. Dragon Rage? Really? You couldn't even finish me off with a... Okay, that's lame. That's really lame. Fuck Lance. Fuck you, Lance. You're stupid. I love this OST. Yeah, there's a Psychic. If they hit a crit, that could be kind of scary. Okay, no. We eat that. That's no problem. Okay. Great to see. Lovely to see. Psybeam or live in that. Even with a crit, you can crit me, I don't care. Actually, the crit might have killed. The crit might have killed. My Rhydon could probably take this Surf. It wouldn't, but probably, maybe. I'd like to believe so. Look at that flamethrower. That's so cool. They're throwing eggs at me. They are throwing eggs at me currently. I want to see what Raticate can do here. We outspeed, of course, and we hit the para. And we hit the para. They do some withdraw bullshit, but we've done our job. We've done our job, now we can go into Gengar and finish the job with some Thunderbolts. They just keep on withdrawing. They're trying to run away. They're trying to withdraw from the battle, very clearly. And that's a crit. That's a crit right there. A beautiful crit to end it on. I mean, that's a great finale right there. Everything went according to plan. Everything went well. That's beautiful. $149 Pokemon in the Pokedex, and I just need to get the last one. After I entered the Hall of Fame, I started completing the Pokedex, and I was very efficient at it. I went through it at a very quick pace. In the end, there weren't really that many Pokemon that needed to be leveled. Actually, a lot of the Pokemon that by the end of it I didn't have could actually be found here in Cerulean Cave. So I've actually been here before. In Pokemon Green, I got to Cinnabar Island, and over there I got the Magmar, I got the other fossil, which was Kabuto in my case. One thing that definitely seemed scary for a long time was Porygon. With Porygon you need to get 9,999 coins or credits for the game corner. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. I think in total it cost 200,000 if you outright buy the credits. I did a good bit of the slot machine. I went at it for a while. I ended up deciding that I should just grind the money and purchase the credits the normal way. And since I was leveling the Dratini and things like that anyway, I was using the League for that. Here we are. There he is. There's something I kind of want to try. I want to see how well does Mewtwo take a Hyper Beam from Gyarados. The animation for it and the sound effect, it's so good. So I want to see what it does to the Mewtwo. Look at that. Mewtwo's sprite is really, really amazing. There's no way it dies from this. Even with a crit, I feel like it wouldn't, but... Okay, they're using Psychic. Do we take that? I think we do. Yeah, we take that, okay. Let's see the Hyper Beam. That's so cool. Yeah, it takes that well. Then you use Recover. That's cool. Number 150. 2 meters tall. I didn't know that Mewtwo is that tall. Interesting. I'm gonna get out of this cave. I forgot to bring escape rope. Did I get one on the way here? No. No. Okay, well, I'm gonna get out of here. And I'll go to Professor Oak. We'll see what he has to say. Wait a moment. I forgot about it. Raticate. Raticate has Dig. I don't need no escape rope. I don't need to walk out of here. Very nice. I love you, Raticate. Raticate is the best. Seen Pokemon 150. Caught Pokemon 150. The Pokédex is complete. Congratulations. Thank you. That's it. That's all we get. It's complete. I'm very happy about that. This is my first time actually completing the Pokédex in this game, and I mean, this game overall is amazing. I really love Pokemon Red and Green. I had all kinds of spreadsheets and lists of Pokemon that I don't have yet and how to get them, and it was fun kind of keeping track of the Pokédex and put a little mark there that now I've got that one. Yeah, completing the Pokédex was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.